This is a story about two characters. One is the grasshopper, and the second is the ant. One summer, the grasshopper was sat relaxing, enjoying the beautiful weather. The sun was so hot and warm, and he was relaxing. The grasshopper loved what? He loved playing the flute. Every day, all day, he would play the flute. He was a bit lazy and just enjoyed playing the flute. Didn't worry about anything else. But one day, he looked down, and what did he see? A big group of ants, all walking along in lines, following each other. He asked, "What are you doing?" The ant said, "We're collecting food all ready for winter time. It's important. We must make sure we've got enough food." So the ant carried on in the lines, carrying the fruit and the berries and the nuts that they'd collected, all in a line. The grasshopper watched them. "Oh, I'm not bothering with that," he thought. "It's the summertime. There'll be plenty of food for me. I'll be all right." So he sat down and carried on playing his flute. Time went on, and one day the grasshopper, once again, he was sat on a very tall mushroom, sat on the top of it, looking around, and then he saw again more ants walking in lines, carrying all their fruit and all their food. He watched them go past, so many of them. He wasn't bothered though. But then suddenly he saw one of the ants had a big red sweet berry. "Oh, I really want that berry," he thought. And he grabbed it off the ant, and he had this berry. It looked lovely, and it was really juicy, and he really wanted to eat that berry. The ant, though, was very angry. "That's my berry, and I want it back." And he was thinking about what could he do about it, when all of a sudden, what happened? Snow started to fall down, gently fall down. The ant looked up, and he could see the snow falling. He could see it landing on him, on his hands. And he thought, "I must go." He grabbed that berry back. "It's mine," and off he went into the distance and disappeared. The grasshopper, "Oh well, never mind," he thought. "I'm not bothered. I'm just going to carry on playing my flute, sitting on the mushroom. But I'm not going to worry about this snow. Just carry on playing my flute. I'm not going to worry about it." Time went on again, and the snow became heavier and heavier, and it was a blizzard. The grasshopper tried to keep himself warm, but he was cold and he was so hungry, and he had no food. He didn't know what to do. He was looking around for food, but there was nothing. It had all gone. He thought, "I know. Who would have food? The ants in their house. So I must go to the ants' house and ask if they'll give me food." So he wrapped himself up and he walked looking for the ants' house. It was so cold and he was so hungry. He carried on though, looking, and then at last he saw the ant's house. Oh, good. So he walked up. There was a window. He couldn't see, so he got a tissue and he wiped the window and he could see in. And what could he see? He couldn't believe it. All the ants all sat around eating. There was plenty of food. They were happy. They were laughing. They were talking together. Oh, the grasshopper thought, oh, I wish I was in there. I'm going to knock the door and ask and see if they'll give me food. So he went up to the door and he knocked on the door. He waited outside, so hungry and cold. Who should come to the door? But it was the angry ant who he'd met last summer. He said, "You? What do you want?" Oh, the grasshopper said, "I'm sorry. It's snowing and I'm so cold. I'm so hungry. I haven't got any food. You've all got plenty of food inside. Please, can you give me some?" "Oh," said the ant. "I remember you last year. You were lazy. You never helped us ants gather the food. You weren't bothered at all, so go away." "Okay," said the grasshopper, and he walked a long way away. Looking back, he was very sad and sorry, and still so hungry. Time went on again, and it was the next summer. All the ants, once again, were busy getting their food, gathering their food and walking along in lines with all their food, berries and nuts and all the fruit that they'd collected, and they were walking along. But who was at the end? Who was it? It was the grasshopper. He was saying, "Wait for me. I'm trying to catch up with you. I want to help. I want to gather the food." So at the in winter's time, you could see all the ants sat in the ant house, all sat around together. Who else was in there? It was the grasshopper and the angry ant together, sat side by side, talking, laughing, eating, because there was plenty of food and drink that they'd collected, and they were all happy together. The grasshopper now had new friends and new family. And that's the end of the story.